Okay, guys, we're here. Um, Interesting version of the Lucky Lefty. I think somebody's sound is on. Okay, somebody's sound was on. Okay, guys, we're here back at the Lucky Lefty podcast. Thank you guys for joining us today on a special edition, man. It's a rare occasion. I didn't think we would be here, but I guess we have to be the martyrs of college football in some sense. Now, obviously, a lot of people would say, hey, you guys didn't take care of business in week 1 or 2. And like the great AD Pete Bevacqua, myself, and many other Notre Dame fans, you're right. We don't have the excuse of losing those games, even though it was by a total of 4 points and it came down to the wire and all of that thing. Yeah, we should have taken care of business because you're right. We were the better team. We didn't do that. But we did go on to go 10 straight games undefeated in that sense, 30 plus, around 30 plus point average, a lot of great things. And to lose a chance at seeing what this team could really be at the playoff level, which I think we were a better team this year than last year, is kind of disheartening. But before we get to it, we have the great, the one and only Reggie Brooks joining us today. Thank you, Reggie, for coming on.
Not a problem, man. It's crazy out there. I mean, everybody's got an opinion, about what's what. It's interesting to think that everybody got something to say about Notre Dame, but it's and actually we're not even in there, and they mad, still mad.
Yeah, it is crazy because this the conversation around Notre Dame is always using us to prop up and validate everybody else's season, and for us to be such a nobody and irrelevant and join the conference. Why is it that we are the meal ticket, the Super Bowl championship for so many teams to say, hey, I know we have many faults ourselves. I know we didn't carry the torch like we should have, where it wouldn't be a conversation. But wait, we want to cash that Notre Dame ticket in once again. And we've seen it through the years. Through the years, the NIUs, the Stanfords, the Miamis, the Louisville. We've seen it where teams do the most when they beat us for whatever reason and then downplay it. If it's a sold out crowd, historic attendance, alumni that's never came back show up to the game, all types of ratings, money's going great, and they win. Fast forward, Notre Dame gets better, continues its journey, and then somehow, all the teams Notre Dame plays are tomato cans. Oh, Notre Dame is overrated. Oh, Notre Dame is not what they did. But why is it that if when we play and y'all win, it's celebration, Gatorade baths in week 2? I've never seen nothing like that. I mean, you got guys getting carried off the field in week 1 because they beat Notre Dame, but we're somehow irrelevant and somehow unimportant. Another thing, I'm all the way with Pete Bevacqua. He said it plain. Like you said, everybody had things to say, but let's just keep it plain. What is the point of these rankings? Why have us sit up in this top 10, top 15 for weeks, Reggie, weeks? It's not like we were a Miami who go from number 2 to number 18 to number 4, and then they jump up. We stayed right in the pocket. We lost, like everybody saw. I don't know how people forgot that when we lost, we dropped in the rankings just like normal people. But just like a team that gets better, we should climb in the rankings like normal people. But for whatever reason, we climb in the rankings. We stay in the rankings. And our only position when we win is to move down. How is that possible? How is it possible, Reggie, that when the playoff rankings first came out, and Miami was in there too? This is the college football committee now. We were 6-2. They were 6-2. We was in. They was doing their thing at 18. How is it that we never changed? We only got better. And then we go home after a sweet victory at Stanford, all the way on the West Coast, hanging out.
Well, I agree with Pete Bevacqua on the point of, yeah, hey, the head to head, again, they won. Give them that. But the whole point was, why were they not ahead of us from the start? They kept Oklahoma ahead of Alabama because Oklahoma beat Alabama. They never jumped. Bama never jumped Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So if you'd have started with that same energy at the gate, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, you can't. They won. They should be ahead of us.
They were, Reggie. They were number 2 in the country. They
No,
cashed.
I'm talking about when the first rankings came out. Then if you felt they were a better team because they won the head to head, plain and simple, they need to be ahead of Notre Dame. I would have no problem with that.
Yeah.
My issue is, and will continue to be, you had Notre Dame ranked ahead of Miami for weeks
to the last week,
the very last deal, and it's like, that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't track.
You tell your team you go home number ranked 9 and 10 in the country, you win your game, and you fall.
You do it in convincing fashion, and I'm cool with that. Like, hey, if they were ahead of us out the gate, I ain't got nothing to say because they won. The winner goes the spoil. But to have them having Notre Dame tracking ahead of Miami, and then literally you don't play a game, neither Miami nor Notre Dame, and how did they get better? And how we didn't get better this past week, and neither did Miami. So what changed?
What changed? And that's the confusing part.
And then you also have the dynamic of Alabama. They didn't. We talk about winning like playing in the conference championship, and it not you don't get dinged for losing. Well, why is the same qualifications for the SEC not the same for the Big 12? Because BYU, they got smoked in their conference championship.
It fell out the playoffs. Yeah.
So it doesn't track. It's not tracking for me. It's for this group, we do this, and for this group, we do that.
Right.
And I said that's my whole thing. And not saying that Bama doesn't deserve to be in there because they're in the SEC, right. But you have 11-2 BYU and 9-3, 10-3 Alabama, who again I can see if Bama was in the mix,
right?
But you've jumped Bama, or you've kept Bama above other two lost teams, but they lost.
Yeah.
And again, I could see if it was like last second, Georgia was in the mix. They gained 3 yards rushing. 3. Not 23, not 13, not 113. They had -3. -3 rushing yards for that game. And but they don't lose any traction. They don't lose a spot. Like I said, if I'm Vanderbilt in Texas, I'm a little salty right now.
Yeah. And I think and then you look at it in totality, then they try to add this fairness thing to where they try to give Tulane and JMU a chance. And not to say they're not what you call deserving. However, we're still, then the question is asked, what's the 12 best teams defined as.
I don't have a problem with that because that's again going into it. That was you knew that was a thing. The top five conference top ranked conference champions are were going to be in the bowl. I mean in the playoffs. That again, it's just the fact that like I said the goalposts shifted at the very end.
Right.
They written this road for the majority of the rankings that they were putting out. I've been better off just don't tell me. Just when you come with the rankings at the end, this is what we came up.
Like BCS was like that a little bit.
Yeah.
You just kind of waited till the numbers drop, but you're literally.
I mean, okay. What was accomplished by having those shows every Tuesday?
Right.
It was rankings. I mean, ratings.
Yeah, it had to be money stuff.
I mean, it was money. It's always going to come back to money, and that's the thing about it. It's like, hey, if you go, all we're asking for is consistency.
Yeah.
In the process
or explanation. I mean,
no, because
explanation were worse. They were worse than the process.
It didn't carry water, but they gave an explanation of why. And it's like, okay, but this is, and the thing about it is like, had Virginia won, I think we would have had a shot because that you remember the top five conference champions get in,
right? Yeah, I thought.
Well, the conference champions
7-5.
Big Ten, SEC, and the Big 12. Those conference champions all of them were in the top three. They were the bottom. It was only the ACC that, and this is the power. Again, you got to understand, we're talking about Power Four and then the Group of Five, whatever that delineation that they created.
Whatever.
It was the ACC that was going to be the odd person out.
Right. Just how it was structured.
Good. I mean, you look at it. Tulane ranked higher than Duke, as was the Sun Belt with JMU. So there's where the rubber meets the road. They weren't going to allow a Power Four conference not to have representation, and they couldn't do it because through the conference champion because it was 7-5 Duke. So they had to get the ACC in there some kind of way, and that was their rectification to make sure the ACC got in was Miami. And I'm not going to sit here and say Miami wasn't deserving to be there because, they beat us on the field, period. But if you're going to do this, then be consistent throughout. Be consistent throughout. That's all I'm saying.
And that's exactly what it is too, Reggie. And I just think that I think we had our chips in a place where we wasn't really in a fair advantage anyway. It was structured to where if we played perfect, then we can only be fifth. And I think that sort of clause was always meaning to change based on situations like this year. Because if you think about in totality, what's really that different between this year's team and last year's team? One loss, that makes us a championship run from not even getting to the playoffs. And I think when we have to compare these playoff years and how these decisions are made, that's a crucial thing. That's something that's got to be changed.
I'm not a fan of bringing in past failures or successes. It should be the top teams from the existing year. That's why I don't believe in preseason polls.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like if the case is we want the fair process, if we're just looking at the last two playoffs years from Notre Dame to be in the championship and to say, oh, well, the process and how it went took us out off of one loss.
I think
That's not a
I think they
consistent.
were better this year than last year. I agree with
Really, you thought it was better this year than last
you. No,
year?
I said the team Notre Dame. I think was a better team going into because again the injuries on the defensive line and
Oh
stack.
yeah, we were
This was a
yeah.
better team
Oh,
overall,
absolutely, absolutely,
and
and we'll be
and
better
you get a
next
better
year.
team. Yeah, and you get a better team. That's
Even better
it's
team
not
next
in. Yeah, that's not in one of the best teams in the country. Not in there.
and I think that's where the eye test doesn't match with the answers that you're giving that match. So it's like it's all over the place. And
Yeah.
yes, we have the responsibility of not losing those games. We understand that, but also I think what Pete Bevacqua provided as saying, look, if we're going to be ranked in the 12 for 9 weeks, I mean,
What?
you got to say we're locked in at some point.
Yeah, and but again, you saw what happened the week before the conference
Yeah,
championship.
we dropped
We
one
dropped
spot
down, but we dropped one spot. But why did we drop that one spot?
because Bama had to go one up,
Yeah,
and they had to close the
but
gap.
they couldn't be. They had to because they're playing in the conference championship.
Yeah,
So Bama had to be had to give because they already said we're not going to create this deal where if you play in your conference championship, you get penalized. And they
right.
actually did. I mean, for Bama and the SEC, they didn't get penalized
Yeah,
because they didn't drop it all. But BYU, they're out.
and that was based on them saying, "Well, they got crushed." Well, what's the rule? The rule is they're not to get penalized,
But
not
wait,
they
yeah,
got crushed or not.
exactly. Because you don't think Bama got crushed?
That's what I'm saying. Bama didn't look any better.
So I'm like, how is it that Bama was afforded grace, but BYU wasn't? And again,
And
the
not
only
affording BYU grace is why they not in the playoff. How does
BYU's
that work?
only two losses were against Texas Tech, a top 4 team that's getting the bye. So I help me out here.
What direction do they go? And that's interesting because Lord forbid these playoffs first round and all these teams are first round exits.
Well, but then you also get this thing about, like I said, increasing the number of playoff teams. Let's go from now if we go from 12 to 16.
The
That's what
schools
makes
got to get involved at some point. They got to be like timeout.
they gotta go. They gotta go class.
Yeah, the Sarge gonna be calling up the ESPN being like timeout. We not.
Pete talked about it. He said these guys got to get ready for finals.
Yeah, these academics got. But can they all this money if you expand this playoffs? Can academics say, we not expanding this? What are we doing? This isn't school anymore.
Okay, so we're
It's a
good
club
with playing into February.
We're gonna be playing near the week before the Super Bowl.
We're good with playing into February.
The week before the Super Bowl, we're on. And we start before the NFL.
College football is good with playing in February. Because school starts back
January 13th or something.
Yeah. It starts back, in the middle of the first month. You're in the second semester. You're in spring semester then.
Yeah.
So if I'm maybe I forgot, I'm out of sorts. Not I ain't been in school in a while, but I do believe football is a fall sport.
Yeah,
fall. So why is a fall sport dabbling into the winter and spring?
Deep in the winter, like it's all year round.
Come on, and
because spring starts a month later.
Yeah, I said, but the thing about it, expanding the field is not going to fix this.
No,
it's not fixing anything because the process is where the issue is. Again, if you started out with, hey, this is the and Pete hit it on the head. Here is the criteria by which we're going to pick the teams, the at-large teams. Like I said, I'll be honest with you, I have no problem with JMU and Tulane. Now, do I think they're going to get the doors beat out, beat off of them? Yes, I
That
do.
matters, though. That you don't
Okay,
think that
I know,
matters?
I understand, but again, again, having worked in college athletics and in sport administration, I am a believer in the smaller teams getting having an opportunity.
Then what's up with an NIT? Basketball does it. An NIT, a 4 playoff team, and they play on like TNT or something, one of them off networks.
Yeah.
NIT for the
But again, that's I mean, you have some Division I schools that are, and basketball is a different dynamic because you can get those smaller schools that can make a run.
Yeah,
a little different in football.
You really talking 15 teams that like are in and out of flux that could be, could not be. But even still, like you said, there's no way that you are making this any more closely aligned with an academic calendar. Like,
okay, that went out the way with NIL. That went out the way with NIL because the academic calendar, I think O is on. O is trying to get in.
Oh, let me see.
But the academic calendar is really, it's become irrelevant. And that's therein lies a whole nother set of problems. Because when you don't have, does academics really matter right now?
Oh no,
because nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about these kids that are going to the portal. I mean,
not with the portal.
Get into it, going to the portal and don't come out.
You don't have
scholarship.
Yeah,
and and they lose opportunities. And then you have
school.
Opportunity as an education.
Just to go to, you lose opportunity to go to school.
Yeah. Because and then you have all the different windows by which you can go into the portal. The recruiting process is just all over the place. It changes every year. So there's no level of consistency.
There's no level of consistency.
So, in other, question I got is, why is everybody so up in arms about Notre Dame not playing in a bowl when there was like
there's 10 teams that decline. There's 10 teams, and we weren't even the first.
Why are we the bad guys?
I mean, you get these people on these soapboxes.
Yeah, it's like we're small, we're petty, and we're taking our ball and going home. I'm like, so nobody had anything else to say about any other.
Kansas State was the first team to say I'm not doing it.
I'm like, nobody's saying nothing about them opting out, but we're
the big bad guy, the too good for people. But it's even crazier because what other conference social media account is targeting an individual team anywhere else in the country? I've never seen it.
If you have the ACC network, that Notre Dame Miami game played back to back for like 3-4 days.
For 3-4 days.
And I'm like, okay, and again, I like the ACC network because I like the other sports, and I watch them. I watch
other sports
because
same game.
And I'm like, well, like there are other teams playing, right? You have the opportunity to put on like basketball games because at that time the basketball season is in full effect.
See, basketball season is full effect. Live new games,
sports that are being played
real time,
and you're gonna replay a game
from week 1,
a week straight. Why?
And neither team that you're playing is in your conference championship. You couldn't even play no Virginia or Duke games, or you playing straight Notre Dame.
Come on.
But
and And that's what gives me. Like I said, I'm 100% behind Pete Bevacqua on that. It's like whoa. I mean,
what are we doing?
If it's Miami coming at Notre Dame, hey,
We get it.
I'm good
We
with
get
that because
it.
we beat y'all. Blah, blah, blah.
They need to prop themselves up. But the
whole
ACC,
conference, the entire conference.
But we're the crazy people. We're the people that's
the conference social media account is going full on blast in Notre Dame.
Like we're not a part of your majority of our page.
We're not again.
Y'all tell us who to play in y'all conference. What do you mean? And that's why I say it's a pure either jealousy or it's a money thing. Like
it's definitely money.
It's like, okay, we need at least 2 teams in the ACC because they're going to share money. If Notre Dame gets in, they just running away with the bag again.
Okay, and the thing about it is, we're not sharing it.
We're not sharing.
No. And that's really that creates the biggest friction. Is that
the whole conference was like
last year? It was a whole big stink made about Notre Dame pulling in X amount of dollars, where no other individual school they shared with the conference. But Notre Dame
had to divvy up them pennies. They had to divvy up them pennies. They said, "Oh, here we go, split you off, break you off Rutgers, break you off Nebraska."
That created a lot of dissension.
And
it's like,
come on, guys, you're mad because we just kept our money. Come on, man.
But think about it, we make so much money for the ACC though. And I don't know how many of you guys heard that. What Pete said.
He had to drop it on them.
He said when Notre Dame in the ACC, the attendance is at like 20-something%.
Yeah,
it's about 23, 25% attendance for ACC games. When teams play Notre Dame,
90%,
90%.
Nobody was even at the Virginia Duke game in the ACC championship. Half the stadium was filled. That just tells you right there. But there are all these, confused Twitter fans and I guess confused conferences.
They're not confused. They're not confused.
This
was an agenda.
They're gaslighting us like Trump. You got the main news out here putting fake news out there. It's ND derangement syndrome.
Bro, there's no explanation to really why you kept Notre Dame out. Because look, if that's the case, why? Because you got to ask yourself, why is James Madison, who has 0 P4 wins, getting in over Notre Dame? People say
okay. I told Left. I don't have a problem with that because of how that was in the contract that was set up from the get-go.
But the contract was already filled. So listen to this. If that's the case, because listen, that would be a second group of 5 team getting in, because Tulane already fits the criteria as a 5th conference champion, and one group.
Whose fault is that?
Because if that's the case, why didn't Army get in last year after going 11-1, and why did only Boise State get in last year?
Because they were not ranked high. The highest ranked conference champions were the Power 4 conferences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, Boise State was one of the higher ranked.
Boise State had Ashton Genty.
Were their champions? Was their champion ranked above the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the ACC?
No, you're right. Listen, you're right in that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This year, there's Georgia, Indiana, Texas Tech. Who's the fourth? Who's the fourth?
This year?
Yeah.
It was the American. Tulane. And see, last year it wasn't the top 5 conference champions. It was just the top 4 of the conference champions for each league got the bye. They changed it this year to where the top 5 conference, the highest ranked conference champions will get into the playoffs.
You're right. Okay. Yeah. No.
So it changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't necessarily have a problem with that because if you're the ACC, you would expect to have more teams ranked higher, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Their conference champion was 7-5 going into the championship, so they finished 7-6. So I can't be mad at Tulane or JMU. They took advantage of the system that was presented to them. That's on the ACC.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what makes this attack from the ACC so egregious. It's like y'all pissed because your teams didn't take care of business. SEC took care of business. Big 10 took care of business.
That's
Big 12, for the most part, took care of business. ACC, your highest ranked team did not play in the conference championship.
Yeah. And that's because you don't value head to head.
So what do you think?
They don't value head to head because if that was the case,
but you also got now that's a whole nother dynamic of how these teams have got these bloated conference numbers in terms of teams, and that they don't play each other, so they can go. I mean, because when I played, you could play a good almost the entire conference.
Yeah.
You're going to play against each other. But you look at these guys now,
like you don't have as many what ifs. Like
you don't have
plays this team.
Well, again, you have these teams that are in there in your conference. Let's be honest. Like I said, Vanderbilt is just now coming on the scene.
I think you're muted.
Vanderbilt is just now coming on the scene.
Okay. They
didn't get a lot of love either. And everybody wants to talk about, Notre Dame and Miami. Vanderbilt, they were pissy too. Vanderbilt was pissy too. So was Texas. Because the SEC feels, and again, how many teams does the SEC get in?
5. That's crazy. That's crazy.
5.
That's crazy.
5.
Follow the money, fellas. Follow the money.
Period. Big 10 was what, 4?
Yeah, Big 10 was 4,
SEC
5. It just
Indiana,
like IU, Ohio State, Oregon.
Well,
that was it.
And shout out to us, our guys. It's been moving fast because the conversation is fierce. We got Jerron Jones and Oscar McBride, 2 legends in their own, man. And I'm glad you guys joined the conversation. It's the heated debate right now because there's so many different things out here about where Notre Dame should stand.
We're all on here. We all know what the deal is. We've all said it. It's about the money.
Yes, it's got to be
the money. And again, and it's about, like I said, protecting interests. Because again, you can't tell me that, like I said, with Virginia losing, they were not going to have an ACC team. They were, if things would have gone as they were in terms of the rankings and they'd held serve, ACC would have been out because they would not have had any representation without Miami getting in. Think about that.
True.
I can't hear none of y'all right now.
Okay. That's true though. That's true. What are they propping themselves on if it wasn't for us being good?
And be honest with you, like Pete said, I 100% agree. I don't have a problem with Miami being in. I really don't. But it's how you got there. That's my problem. And again, like I said, I will continue to talk about the process. If you don't have if you don't have set metrics that you go by, why are you having these ranking shows every week? And then you don't like what's your criteria? And they finally put it up there. The different things that they were looking at. That didn't happen until right before they announced Notre Dame wasn't getting in. And when I saw that, when they said head to head, because again, committee hadn't really put a lot of emphasis on head to head.
No.
Until the very end. And again, I have no problem with Miami getting in, but why did you not have that same energy the first rankings and all the way through? I mean, and you hit it lefty for all week for like 4 or 5 weeks. They were saying eye test. Okay, so what changed? What changed? What changed was the ACC was not going to not have any representation in the playoffs. You can't do it. You can't do it. So
need that money.
Now, what do you? Okay, but then you have to also ask once again a team that, in my opinion, has gotten better through the season, has done the things that have rebounded from such an early 2 losses in the season. If you're Marcus Freeman, you're coming home from Stanford, you think you're telling your team this is good. What do you tell your team now? How do you even talk to them? Jeremiah Love sitting there like I got playoff legs ready right now. What do you say?
Well, yeah, that's a whole. I'm glad I'm not Coach Freeman, but I got a ton of respect for that man. But for me, it's saying, hey, we got screwed, fellas. Plain and simple. We got played. And just be real with them. Because, and this is something that, that this is a lesson, hopefully a learning opportunity for them. We're going into, you leave Notre Dame, you go into life. Hey, understand, haters are going to be wherever you, that's just a part of it. That is just a part of it. And this is a life lesson. But the other thing is, they also need to know is they got a brotherhood that will be there for them in that transition. Because there's no way you can sit there and say, hey, yeah, y'all played really well. Y'all were dominating people.
Yeah, what do you say? Like when you come back, classes 20 years later, you come back
at all.
Y'all not gonna make the playoffs,
bro. We're beating the brakes off of people by almost 30 points a game. We're beating people by 30 points a game.
Third best
won 10
not
straight.
Third.
10 straight.
10 straight at 30 per game. And here's I'm sorry, man, I'm having all kind of technical difficulties, but I gotta say this. You guys may have said this already. The part that really chaps my hide, and I know y'all know where I'm going with this. You got all these metrics, you got all these measurement tools, you got all these analytics, you got all this stuff, points. And you pick the one metric that Notre Dame doesn't own, which is the head-to-head. Mind you, I'm missing a ring from 1993 because we own the head-to-head too. So why does it work now and it didn't work then? I can tell y'all why. I can honestly tell you why. It's a little 5-letter word. We all know it starts with an M and it ends with a Y, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. What are we doing?
They hate on the business model. They don't like our business model. They
like left.
we don't
come on,
we don't
man.
fix the game, man.
Come on, man. But look, I got mad love and respect for Pete Bevacqua. Like, that's a teammate. That's a Notre Dame brother. Bad on ESPN and the SEC and the ACC for thinking that he was gonna cower.
Yeah.
He knows how it goes down. He's been in the boardroom. He's had those meetings about where we want to see this person, this team. We need these. He knows how that works. So you're gonna try to serve this man crap and tell him that it's filet mignon, and that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. That's all I got.
All I know is like I want to see what this whole ACC where they go from here because
You saw
like,
their response.
like you said,
you saw their response.
no.
The response was shameful.
Bro,
They're
29
saying
other teams. 29 other teams are in the
they're
ACC.
saying like, oh, we were just trying to bolster up what was going on and this and that and but my thing is just have the accountability.
Yeah, man.
No.
You guys,
Okay, let's be honest here. When Notre Dame goes to play other teams in their stadium in the ACC, like they will make you buy season tickets to get the Notre Dame ticket.
It's only sellout. It's only sellout.
Let's think about that. Like the money that Notre Dame brings when they travel, when they go play in these other ACC stadiums.
Yeah,
it's again. You don't have to like it.
Nope,
it's true. Something my old coach used to say, and oh, you know about this. We Notre Dame, y'all ain't. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Period. End of story.
And there's no disrespect to anybody because I got dudes from other squads from other schools. Much love for them.
Yep, 100%.
But the truth is the truth.
Right.
And that's not going. Unfortunately, that's not going to change anytime soon.
But my thing is this: if it's going to be completely subjective and based on how and how you feel, come on, man, and how you feel about a program, not about how they perform.
Winning didn't matter. Winning did not matter for us this year.
So if it's gonna truly be about how you feel individually as about a team, then let's just strip all this other mess to the side and let's just make it a marketing competition and make the best marketing.
And we will win. And we will win. And we got to get on some campaigning. Oh,
what? But that's what they were doing, and they were using their employees. They're using Kirk Herbstreit. They're using, I think, Notre Dame is not going to get in. Like, what do you mean? What do you, Jesse? Like, what's his name? Palmer. Jesse Palmer. Yeah,
Booger McFarland. What are you talking about?
What are y'all talking about? What do you mean? Like y'all are all football.
Clay Travis. Clay Travis, the worst one. What are you talking about, Clay? Come on, Clay.
You're all football guys. You're looking there and you're telling me that anybody from 12, from 12 to 9 is gonna mess with us right now. Oklahoma would be a great game. Oklahoma would be a great game. But beyond
Oklahoma
that,
can't throw the football.
What do you mean?
There's
Oklahoma
that.
Oklahoma would be a great game where? For us?
I think it'd be a great
don't see a more
it'd be a physical game. It'd be a physical game.
It would be a physical game. But the two teams I think would not be close is Oklahoma and Alabama.
Oh,
both those offenses are putrid. I'm sorry.
We would destroy
they got some dogs on defense.
We really have a shot to win it all this year.
Offensively,
we got in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's all John Mateer. It's all John Mateer. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. But he's a dog, though.
He's nice.
He's a dog.
Hey, they will lock up and it'll be a physical game.
Yeah.
But they don't. Their offenses are bad. -3 yards rushing.
Yeah. Come on, man. I mean,
Alabama.
Arguably running back you?
Yes.
Can't run the ball.
So we talk about the eye test.
Hey, man. So I retract, Ready B. I retract. The top 8.
Yeah.
The from 8 to 12, we're smoking. We're smoking. Like it don't get real. It doesn't get real to probably number 6 for us anyway. Number
Yeah,
6, number 5.
Ole Miss.
You know what I
Ole
mean?
Miss. That'll be a battle.
That'd be a game. We contain their quarterback. We win that game.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
can, if we
Texas Tech.
we can contain
Texas Tech.
Travelers.
People sleep
Right.
on Texas Tech, but that defense right there, and they got enough, and they run the ball.
Bro, and they got the Buckets Award winner in the inside in the middle.
Yeah, they will thump you upside the head.
Yeah, but that's the kind of game we play, though, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
we
what
might
I'm saying is,
we might be Notre Dame. Everybody think we soft, but when we come out that tunnel and strap
I
that
do not
thing
see how
on,
they think we soft now. Because, dude, I mean,
I'm just saying, man.
I'm watching our defense now because early in the year we were suspect. I'm sorry, I was really nervous about where things were going, but that thing got turned around real quick. And again, I just feel that Coach Freeman was like, "That's not our style. We are an attacking style defense. We come punch you in the mouth and get after the quarterback and get after the running backs. We gonna come downhill all day long." And in the last about 7-8 weeks, woo!
Yeah,
they've been coming for people.
Yeah,
and I was like,
100%.
And health wise, this is the healthiest from a defensive line, offensive line.
Yes.
We were gonna get some guys back. That's the thing that gets me more than anything. Say, we have a legit shot at making another run.
100%.
And having a chance to.
I mean, Charles Jagasaw didn't even get to play this year, guys. I mean, that's just a piece of what we're going to be adding to a year. I mean, if you think about it, this was disappointing from the outcome, but next year is even greater.
Yeah.
As Marcus Freeman's moving forward, looking at this schedule, knowing that it's pretty worse than the year before. What is the mindset that you have to go in with? Because clearly winning doesn't matter as much as losing. So I don't know how you
just gotta win out.
You gotta win, man. You just gotta win
out.
Yeah, I guess you gotta go undefeated.
You gotta win, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go undefeated. No excuses. So they can't say you don't. Don't put it in their hands. Don't put it in the officials' hands. Don't put it in the committee's hands.
Please
take
don't.
it out and say, hey, everybody that we roll out on, we coming upside your head.
Right.
And that's requires. And this is the thing. Like I said, this is the last hump Coach Freeman needs to get over with his team is not having those down games.
Do you even call Texas A&M or Miami a down game?
Yes, because defensively, that was
down game, Reggie.
Yes.
Alabama had a down game.
About 40 points.
BYU had a down game.
Okay. No. We're Notre Dame.
Right, but I'm saying the expectations with the loss. The Texas A&M wasn't a down game. They just
expectation. You can't lose.
No, you can't lose.
If you give them
not your home opener.
If you give them,
you can't lose your home opener. I agree.
Yeah, if you give them,
but Georgia lost 2, Ohio State lost 1, Indiana. I mean, teams. I just need to.
That does not matter.
Mm-mm.
That is not.
Bama. Not for us. The rules are different for us. Man.
Bama barely beat Auburn.
They should have lost that game.
They should have lost that
game. But they barely beat Auburn. They did not drop a spot after getting, rolled by Georgia. I mean,
not one. Not one.
Think about
Matter of fact, they went up when us and Miami didn't even play last week.
-3 yards.
I see. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk about it because what are people going off of? What are they going off of?
It's so ludicrous.
They want to talk about, like I said, teams that play. As I said, I don't think Alabama is playing their best ball.
Nah.
They do not. I mean, they did not look good. And then watching Georgia against and Ty Simpson,
man,
dude, the throws did you watch the game? Left? Did you see some of them throws? Like, bro, I'm like, where are you throwing the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia just literally took them to the woodshed. They took them to the woodshed, man. And just take that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I
It's
don't
crazy.
know, fellas. It's crazy. Like, on the one side, we say, we're Notre Dame, and they're not, and that's true. And people know that, and people know we say that, and they know we believe that. And typically, our standard is much higher, than the average program. And I'm not saying anybody in the college football playoff is average. I'm just saying than your normal regular program. On the flip side of that, that comes with a lot of hate. Red. That comes with
And
hate,
at
man.
high levels of hate.
Yes, man. Like we're talking executives, we're talking like administrators of schools, we're talking like
Corporations,
corporate. Yeah, man. Like
ESPN,
that
ACC. You
systemic,
got a
bro.
whole conference that you supposed to be partners with, and they don't come after you. I mean, think about the level of disdain
Oh
that you
yeah,
have a whole conference
yeah.
that you've been helping prop up.
But here's the thing though. Look at Notre Dame in the ACC, and that maybe football is not in the ACC. Basketball has done well in the last few years, but you still got girls soccer, you still got lacrosse, you still got all these other sports that are still winning ACC championships or in the tournament that are performing at a high level, which is
They don't make
bringing
any money.
revenue to your conference from Notre
Who?
Dame. You
Who's
know,
bringing?
just,
No. There's really one revenue generator.
no, I understand that, but
Yeah,
what I'm saying is lacrosse is bigger in North Carolina and Duke than it is in Notre Dame, and it's big for us. But it's like blue blood for them. Before Notre Dame even thought about lacrosse being a
yeah,
thing, Duke and North Carolina, that was their thing, right? Just like basketball for them, they're the blue bloods. We're a blue blood when it comes to football,
Right.
and we don't feel the need, nor do we have to go join a conference. And I think this, especially knowing that we've got that clause coming in 2026, there's no way we don't end up in the top 12. First of all, secondly, this is a chance to kick a little dirt in the face of old Notre Dame, right?
a
And
little
then
dirty. They're
have the
trying to
nerve.
bury us, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
and here's the thing, bro. And rage baiting,
Yes.
talking about, oh well, we were just trying to boost everybody in our conference. No, you're slinging mud. You're playing the game, Notre Dame Miami game, throughout the week. You're playing the
Back to
replay of the
back.
game.
Back to back. Me and Left was just talking about this. How many, like, basketball is in full swing, and ACC is
Yeah,
a basketball conference. You can't
right.
find no games,
No
no
man,
basketball games, men or
none.
women, to run on the ACC network.
No.
Come on.
It is what it comes with the territory, man. And like I said, I stand with Notre Dame, with Pete, Coach Freeman, the
100%.
team. Like you know what, for the people that are, and I'm going to use this word specifically, ignorant. For the people who are ignorant enough to say something as trite as, "Oh, well, Notre Dame's pouting; they're going to take their ball and go home." No, Notre Dame is not going to be disrespected by your antics and the slant you're trying to sell that they don't belong there.
Yeah. But how many teams did not, that opted out? Were we the only one? That's
No,
what
there
it
was like
sounds like.
no, there was like 10 of them, bro. There was 10.
Yes.
There was
10
10.
teams opted out, but nobody's talking about anybody else but Notre Dame opting out.
We're
Come on.
Notre Dame and they're not. That's the other
But
side of it.
you know why that us opting out is bad? Again, that's what it boils down to. Because the
Yeah.
ACC don't care about none of them other sports
Mm-mm.
except basketball, men's
Yeah.
basketball, because that's the only other one that's bringing in money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, you gonna sit there. Oh, we want to, we're looking after our other programs. What?
All right. All right. We'll go
So
look at them.
we're not. This is what people say. It's like, so we're not with y'all now. I mean,
Yeah.
because last time I checked, we had an agreement. So yeah,
Yeah, there's some other backroom handshake agreements going down too, bro. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what do you think the result is for us? You think I think there's no way that they can find a process to keep us out next year. I think that's what's going
Well,
I
I'm
think
more.
this whole thing is just undermined the credibility of the whole process for me.
on. Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
you're bringing in all this other stuff to like detract from the fact that you don't like a specific program or specific school or specific team or
Feelings.
maybe even a head coach, but you're giving me all the reasons why this team should be in there, and you're selectively picking what you want to use against that team. And it could be Notre Dame. I felt bad for Florida State last year. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I'm not a Florida State fan, but like I felt bad for them. They should have been in. They were undefeated. How do you not put an undefeated ACC champion in the playoff, and then the following year you put the third place
But
third
see,
place
but there it is.
behind Duke and Virginia
But
in
there
the
it is,
college
though. Oh,
football. Man,
what happened last year? I guarantee it played into this year. Because
yes,
if they would have went off of what it was supposed to be, ACC would not have had any representation in the playoffs. None. None. This is a Power Four conference, and come on.
yes, bro. I
So
understand. I understand.
the Virginia loss that screwed us more than anything.
For real, I never saw that coming. To be honest, I
No,
didn't see that. I
but
didn't see that.
the ACC is really bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that bad, but it's really bad.
Yep.
I mean,
Do you see teams leaving the ACC soon? After, I mean, I think what Notre Dame will do, I think it'll affect other teams in the conference where they'll start looking at them different. And who knows? Because if we
where
do
you gonna
step
go?
away, that's what I'm saying. We do step away. What's Notre Dame's direction? I don't think if we step away that other teams wouldn't be attracted to us still.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Again, Notre Dame, they don't want to get rid of Notre Dame
No.
Nah.
because that's a moneymaker.
Yep.
I mean,
The,
if
the
it's
other
about money, Notre
the
Dame is
question,
always the relevant
the
one.
question I have is why would you not like get on board with Notre Dame on the independence, especially with this private equity stuff floating around?
I mean, it only gets sweeter for a team like us. Everybody else is questioning, want bigger revenue shares in the conference, and why?
Right. Right.
Why you want to debate? I know you hate splitting money with Rutgers, and hate splitting
In
money with
Maryland.
Maryland. Yeah, I'm like, man, y'all giving pennies to them. But
In
listen,
Northwestern.
and Northwestern, they just
Right
eat.
now.
There's no incentive for them to ever get better. Purdue's like, shoot, we're gonna keep being Purdue because
Hey,
Yeah.
we got
Ohio State
basketball,
being
so we're
Bears.
good. We got
I
basketball.
don't
Ohio
know.
State,
I don't know,
Michigan
man.
being
The ACC's been doing some shady stuff. You know, coming into this season, remember that there was some kind of litigious situation they had going with. Weren't they suing somebody
Oh
or
no, it was like I think it was Florida
no?
State.
Florida State
Yeah,
was
Florida
suing
State.
them, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Florida State was suing
it wasn't
them.
just Florida State. It was Florida State. I thought it was Florida State, Clemson, or Florida
Clemson
State.
wants to get out. Miami too. Miami was talking like that.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm
three
saying.
teams.
So the
That,
three strongest teams in your conference, football wise, which
Want to
football
leave?
earns the most money, want to leave. So was it a suck up to make Miami stay in the ACC? So I
Hey,
mean, bro, there's so
because
much.
yeah,
There's
so
nothing
much.
attractive about the ACC right now for Notre Dame. Nothing.
Nothing.
If anything, especially knowing that the Big Ten is Fox, NBC. If
but
anything, the Big Ten would look attractive, but that's still waters running deep from like
yeah, that is not going to
the
happen.
1940s. For
Yeah,
us not
that is
getting into
not
Big
going to
Ten,
happen anytime
I
soon.
don't think that's
I
gonna happen
mean,
either.
they
So
Notre Dame is still salty over that.
yeah, when they should
Yeah,
be.
but no,
I don't know, man.
my
It's
thing with
ridiculous.
it's with ACC, it still benefits Notre Dame because no other conference is going to allow us to maintain independence in one sport
Yes, they
and not
would.
the other.
Yes, they would.
Who?
Yes, they would.
Who?
Big 12, Big 12 would, and we would bring ton of strength to the Big 12. I'm just
Again,
saying, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, it would be nice if they would, but like I said, with all this, new money being introduced and these new expenses,
Yeah.
and I always go back. You have all of these other sports that football pays for. Football pays for them.
Yeah.
And I was in the athletic administration, so I know those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it's not a easy nut to go and get.
Right.
Because the Big East did it for us. I mean, it's hard for me to see one of the Power Four conferences acquiescing in allowing that other than ACC, but we'll see. I mean, I believe Pete is like, we need to reevaluate because
Mm-hmm.
this was, I mean, I had never seen anything like that.
It was almost personal. I don't. Was it something
Yeah,
against
it was
Pete?
just, I
Something
mean,
against
at that level, I'm like,
yeah, right.
again, it's one we said it's okay if Miami's throwing shade, okay,
That's
but
to be expected.
you had the conference going in on us.
You have the network. You have the commentators. You have the color commentators. You have
That's
your play-by-play
insane.
people.
And it's like, why?
I don't know.
Why? So it's some. I mean, again, and Pete said it, he said it's not no relationship is irreparable, but some serious damage was done.
Serious strain.
And there needs to be a reevaluation of that, that relationship, because that was bad.
That was bad.
That was
bad.
I mean, and again, and I don't have any. And like I said, I know like coaches at other schools and at Miami. And Pete said it. He said he knows Radakovich. That was, again, it was not really the schools. They were making a case for themselves. The main argument came from, like I said, the networks, the talking heads, and the conference.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And I think the other frustrating part is it doesn't take a Solomon to see what happened, right? It was almost like it was truly a campaign, right? It was a campaign. Yeah. Didn't take a Solomon to see that. What really rubbed me the wrong way is, when things happen to other teams, we stay silent, right? We don't go out and say, well, that's what they deserve, or take your ball and go home. Like we don't do that. But as soon as something slaps us in the face and we respond in kind, now we're quitters. Now we're like, what? Are you nuts? You obviously don't understand. You obviously don't understand.
That just got me. I'm just like,
bro, I was hot. I had to put Twitter down. I had to put Twitter down,
we're
man.
the only ones. I mean, it just seems like we're the only ones that opt out. And everybody else,
10 teams opted out. 10 teams.
They fined them guys. The Big 12 conference fined Iowa State and Kansas State. And I'm like, did anybody say a damn thing about either one of them?
I didn't even know that till you just said it.
They got fined because they opted out. And anybody said nothing to them.
Well, Iowa State lost their coach to Penn State. And K-State has just hired a new coach coming in. So, again, those people that are talking about, taking experiences away from the athletes and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Wow. The athletes don't want to play in a meaningless bowl. Secondly, for the athletes who are going on to the next level, if it doesn't mean anything, why am I subjecting myself to getting injured?
Well, and this what got me, like, they were making such a big stink about that. And like, this was a new thing.
Right.
because I remember the Florida game, we were considering opting out the Sugar Bowl. And
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, it was like there was questions. It was like, we had such a horrible season. We was like, just it was just that. I mean, we were like 9-3 or 8-3, and we were just like, oh man, the world's coming to an end.
Right.
Yep.
But went and played. But to sit there and say, they're quitters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like we get the harshest criticisms.
Yeah,
we're quitters, we're overrated.
Man, that's what I'll get. Like I said, because they knew the players made that decision.
Yes.
And they made that decision. And again, I don't know what that's like never to play a meaningless game because
Right.
I played in January 1 games all 4 years. So understanding that dynamic, and it's different now because you have a lot more riding on, if you playing that game, if you're not insured, that's a problem.
Yeah. I
mean, Jalen Smith.
Yep.
Prime example.
Fiesta Bowl. Yep.
Now that's one of the tragedies in college sports right there, man. Good grief, like.
And now they didn't even call a penalty on the block, did they?
It was like such a after the play quasi, like people walking back to the huddle and stuff. And
right.
It wasn't like nowadays they would have slow moded, ejected the dude. They would have gassed it up.
No call.
Because it was so it was like commercial break. We breaking the commercial, and then it was just so like.
I was at the game. I'm
you remember seeing it?
Up like, yo, what is that?
Yeah, and then when he fell, it was just like what it was. Man, that was one of the weirdest sports moments I was ever at too.
But again, Notre Dame is a part of that. You know what I mean? Part of that, man. Like it is. I don't know what it is. Like
McCaffrey, he opted out.
Yeah,
he did. He did, didn't he?
I have no problem with that.
Nope.
But you didn't hear about it because he didn't play at Notre Dame. Now, if anytime like that, and it's like I don't understand why that's such a. Well, I do, but I don't. I get the whole thing that y'all think y'all better than everybody else because y'all independent. I'm like, if would you just imagine if like a Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, they come to Notre Dame campus, and we'll break it down for you. We'll tell you how to do it. I mean, because they're upset because they're not in a position to do it, or
Ohio State could be.
All of them could.
Bro, Ohio State is the best traveling university in the country. Bar none.
Bama and Georgia too.
And Bama's solid.
Dude,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
If
bro, I'm telling you right now. If you look up.
Oh, Ohio State, no doubt.
It's not even
100%.
close.
Like, no, they travel.
They're everywhere. It's funny. Like I'm you guys know I'm traveling with my wife right now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is from freaking Ohio. I swear. Like there was just randomly some guy. We were in the lobby of the hotel going down to the pool. Guy had an Ohio State shirt, and somebody went OH. And like 5 other people were like IO. I'm like, what the? Like what the hell?
Like, oh wait, okay,
bro. Like we're not even on the mainland right now. Like what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
No, Ohio fans are like they're really everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Like they have Ohio State bars in Arizona.
Bro, like, unbelievable.
Oh, no. Again, that's what I'm saying. You got certain teams that travel extremely well that they could do this. But the bigger issue with that what they don't have is the national. I mean, they have national exposure, but Notre Dame is on a whole nother level, and that's because
brand recognition.
It's crazy.
The brand recognition is next level.
We're in the right spots. We may not be in mass, but we're in the right spots.
Dude, I'm in Texas, and anytime I wear some interlocking ND, heads are turning. Go Irish. I'm walking through an airport. Go Irish. Like, okay.
Respect. And that's really what it's about, man. It's a respect thing that Notre Dame is so always fighting and clamoring to get. And we're not the ones that are boasting and bragging necessarily. We just get put into the mix of conversations where teams are trying to use us as validation. And so I think that, that just shows that we're working even when we're not working. Even when we win all our games and we're on the couch watching the madness happen, they're going to throw us in the pot anyway because it's a money thing. And as long as our Irish green is the money green, we're going to be hard to move off our square, even if you may get us one of these times like you have this year. So
but it's also I feel more so for the athletes, and what they. I mean, that's devastating. I can't imagine how devastating that is because, I remember we played Miami and lost, and like it felt like the world was coming to an end. We had, it was 90. My freshman year, this was 89, and I'm thinking, oh man, if we'd just won that game, we wind up finishing 2, but it's like, there was just this expectation that you have at Notre Dame, and that's the thing that I like is that you get that it's there again. You feel like with Coach Freeman at the helm, it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time, guys. It's only a matter of time. Marcus Freeman's window for a championship is still there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the talent that he's bringing in. When's the last time we had a recruiting class like this? And like nobody opted out.
No decommits.
No,
4 or 5 stars.
That's what I was texting with Pete Bevacqua and was like, bro, we got you. Whatever you need from the alumni, all you got to do is ask. That's the piece that's a little bit different than everybody else is that, he knows he can call up the former players and like from all the way back to the 60s, 70s, we're going to ride.
Well, he's one of us.
We'll be there.
He's one of us. He
Exactly.
walk on like he
exactly.
He put his hand in the dirt.
Wapu Nation, baby. Wapu Nation.
Yeah, man. My thing is this. I have to ask you, Reggie. Based on college football playoff and where everything is seated right now, who are your final 2, bro?
Georgia
versus who?
I just don't see Ohio State not being there again.
Ohio State is still the leader, man. Ohio State is the leader in every way, and I think a lot of it is because that Indiana team is just as good. But where do you go with this?
I just don't think you're gonna beat Ohio State twice. That's a tough.
They do have to go through the gauntlet.
I will say Georgia. That defense.
Georgia looks with Ohio State losing. Georgia just looks really, really possible that they can go make a run.
Only thing Georgia is like these dudes held them to -3.
But my question is that
-3. Think about that. This is a top echelon SEC school. You hold them to -3 yards rushing.
3 yards.
Negative. It's not like single digits in the positive category. They were negative. They were negative. So if you hold somebody like that,
is it because Georgia? I mean, this is kind of a weird question, but not really. Is it because Georgia is being so dominant right now, or is it just because Alabama isn't the Bama that we've seen during the Saban era?
Yeah, the thing about it with Kalen DeBoer, My question has been, Alabama's defense is not the same dominant entity. And if you're gonna win a championship, you gotta play defense. And that's why I say Ohio State, because up the middle of their defense, defensive tackle, middle backer, and safeties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ohio State is still, and taking nothing away from IU. I just think again that Ohio State, they're just a stronger defense. And like I said, that's why I say Georgia, Ohio State, because you're talking about two like preeminent defensive teams. And Georgia,
So
they struggled early. But
so here
but
let me
came
ask you
late,
let me ask
kind
you
of like
this
we
then.
did. We struggled
So
early and came back and punching people in the mouth.
who's your Final Four then?
Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I think Texas Tech is gonna get in there.
Sure. That's one of them.
Wait.
That's
Yeah.
one of them.
You saw the first half of the Texas Tech game, right? Against
Bro,
BYU.
I'm gonna
That
tell you right
convinced
now, but they finish, bro, and their
they
momentum
finished.
is their momentum, their game change momentum is specifically defense and special teams.
Right. Right.
And
And
and the
that
crazy thing about it, like this last year, my last year at Mesa, I coordinated the special teams.
Mm.
My biggest
You're
thing
the
to my
Marty
guys,
Biaggi?
come on, dog, I had to pull a Coach Holson and Urban Meyer. You know how it
it makes a difference,
is.
man.
Bro,
Yeah.
look, when the head man is calling special teams, you better get your butt out there. But
Yeah, you better
I'm
get
gonna say
out there.
this,
Yeah.
here's the thing that's so unbelievable about it, and I never thought about it. I'm an offensive guy. Like, I've always been an offensive guy. Special teams can have the biggest impact on your game in terms of momentum. The difference is I don't get 3 opportunities or 4 opportunities. I get
Yeah.
one.
Right.
I get one shot.
One
So
shot.
I don't have to be exotic. I don't have to do all this funky stuff. I just need to study film. And as my special teams coordinator at the Cardinals, Al Roberts used to say, I need to find a sleepy dog. If I find a sleepy dog, it's about to be a
I just got
problem.
to find one. You just got to
You just
find
gotta
one guy.
find, just gotta find it. So I
That's
agree
why
with
I
you,
think
Reggie.
Notre Dame. That's why I think
I'm
Notre
putting
Dame had a real shot this year
right,
because their special
exactly,
teams was
bro.
dominating.
The D line came alive. The D line came alive. Our DBs started
And
playing with a
they're
lot
healthy
more
too.
confidence than flying around because it doesn't.
Mhm.
Those and Reggie, y'all, we're all offensive people on this call right now. But I'm gonna tell you right now what I've learned. There is no position in football, and I know my roomie probably AT gonna get mad at me. There is no position in football that is more important for winning a championship than your front four, your defensive line, not your offensive line, your defensive line. If you can control the line of scrimmage, if you can get pressure with four and allow your back end to play coverage and your secondary to play with a high level of confidence, you're going to put yourself in situations to win football games, which is why, Reggie, I agree with you. Texas Tech is going to be in my Final Four. I also have Indiana. I also have Ohio State, and I do have Georgia. Now, here's the thing: Indiana and Ohio State are opposite sides, right?
Mhm.
They're on opposite sides. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to end up with a Big Ten rematch for the national championship.
A Big Ten rematch. Well, I mean,
Big,
yeah,
not a SEC rematch, bro.
yeah,
A
yeah.
Big Ten championship game rematch for the national championship. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Ooh.
I'm not. There's just something about Indiana that I just can't make myself all the way believe in. But when I watch them play, when I watch how they play, and I watch how they execute, especially on offense. They got some good players on defense, but they play together. It's not, they don't have a standout. They play complementary football, but their offense hasn't been stopped all season. If you're not ready to score 30 points, if you're not ready to score 30 points, which I mean, oh, Texas Tech, you might, Georgia, you might rattle off 22, 23, depending on whether or not your quarterback can finish the game running the ball. I don't know what they think this dude is Lamar Jackson out there. He run around like spite his cat and take his head off. What are we doing? You know what I mean? But no,
Yeah,
I got Indiana and Ohio State, and then as much as it pains me to say it, I got Ohio State winning another one.
Wow. Wow.
You're not gonna beat Ryan Day twice. And that I gotta say this. I know we got on his head last year for talking smack to coach. Like you don't ever talk to the man. Like you don't do that. But he has quietly done a hell of a job in Ohio State since Urban Meyer left.
He has,
He's in
man.
the thick of it every year.
He
His quarterbacks
has.
are
He
insane.
has.
Now, here's the caveat with that though. His OC and receivers coach Hartline
Is his bloodline.
is out. He's leaving. He's
Yeah.
taking a head job. He's out of there. So
where's he headed?
guys, and not
USF. He's going to USF.
He's going to
right
USF.
now.
I want to say
Yep, he's going to USF. He's going to do good because that's a great area to recruit as well.
And USF is playing crazy football right now.
Oh yeah, I mean Alex Galesh left it in a good spot, and
Oh,
he's
no
going to
doubt.
do good. He's going to do good at Auburn. So
Yep, 100%. So I don't know, man. I think we got a Big Ten rematch for it, fellas. I don't know. We'll see.
Big Ten rematch. I'm ready for it.
Yep, 100%. Look, I love y'all boys. I gotta go get in the pool, man.
That's right. Hey, well, good. Y'all get to it, man. Thanks again. It's the Notre Dame Lucky Lefty podcast. We're with Oscar McBride. We had Jerron Jones and the good old GOAT, Reggie Brooks. Thank you, guys, man. We holler at you. Thanks again. Lucky Lefty podcast.
Go Irish forever.